depending if you're in a hurry or not. And yeah, it's just more like the whole dual edge thing. I really am not sure if that's paying off for me. I suppose if I actually like watch the video and pay attention to the total damage that pops up, I could figure it out that way. I was doing the whole guard break meter, but you know, there really doesn't seem to be any strategy to it at all. It's just figure out what's best, use it all the time. And then one round grab little healing items that you need 50 of to heal yourself.
I hope we'll find something
And
nice.
is this another just like pointless dead end? Yes. Oh no, it isn't. It's over there. And yeah, put it away. Then join on over. There you go. Use it again. You're right on top of it for some reason.
I wonder what kind of items are here.
And I mean right on top of it. You saw the first time I tried to use it, actually. I was in the room. It was a couple steps away, but I had to walk those couple steps over to get it. And oh boy, more healing items. I needed those so much. But yeah, the whole downloadable freebie dungeon thing. Weird concept. Excuse me a second. Weird concept. Mainly because it's all apparently like on-disc stuff. I mean, maybe I downloaded the little blurb. I don't think so. It was like less than 1K. Which, well, I guess that makes sense for like one sentence. And here's what map to use. But yeah, you can get these extra dungeons as places to grind in. There's plenty of those that show up in natural course things anyway. I think the ones that show up naturally have money at the end of them. The ones that you download for some reason have items. So if I'm avoiding shopping, I should probably hit those and get free stuff. Just for the heck of it. There really is a lot of DLC for this game, though, and again, most of it is just like disgustingly blatant attempts to get you to pay more money to level up your characters and get better stats, which that's what playing the game is for. I mean, what the hell? A lot of it is also naturally pandering in the sense of here's some hideous new costumes for people. I'm gonna have to trade a list when I can get on there and get it up, but it's about the stuff you'd expect. Like, here's a sexy nurse outfit for the sexy nurse character. Here's a I think one of them just said whipped cream for the same person, which I almost want to go dig out a screenshot somewhere to share with you the horror. But I really don't want to subject myself to that myself. Subject myself to that, I should say. It just sounds really hideous. And, you know, I'm getting enough of that by playing what's on the disc without having to pay money for it. We don't need to be upping the ante on that sort of thing. And the fact that somebody out there, I'm sure, has bought all of the DLC for this game, and it's 90 items of it, just really sickens and horrifies me. And for that matter, the fact that people have bought this game is kind of depressing. I mean, maybe if you just heard the concept and you didn't know what you're getting into, but there's people who decided they needed more out of their experience with this game than what was provided to them, and that's just wrong. It also really should be noted. Okay, first of all, right now I'm fighting the same boss again in the same dungeon that I was just in, as the only place I could go on the map. What the hell? But I was saying the other thing that sickens me is that, you know, not only does this game exist, not only did this game actually come out in this country, this game has a sequel, which also came out in this country. Yes, you can go out there, and it's probably a lot cheaper than this one was. Find Project Neptunia Mark II, which, as far as I can tell, is the exact same game, except they cut the age of every character in half to make it that much creepier. And like I said, once I'm done with this, and I have a couple other games that I want to torture myself with for your amusement, I'm tempted to see if I can get a free copy of it somewhere and do the same thing. And, you know, since I have so much time to kill watching this exact same boss fight, I should probably point out that when I say, you know, get a free copy of the game, I mean an actual copy of the game. I am one of the few people who is willing to do the whole Let's Play thing, who has this weird hang-butt emulation. If you see me playing a game, that is an actual game that I'm playing on an actual system in my room, and it's not even so much a moral thing. A lot of it is just that I like to have the original hardware and see the original slowdown and have the proper controller and play on my nice big TV here. A lot of that you can do with it, I suppose. But, you know, why go out of my way to, like, find hardware and special controllers to buy just to pirate a game when I can just get the game for dirt cheap or less, or free in this case, or hell, less than free in this case, because, again, consolation prizes. Yeah, this thing is going to take a while to kill, isn't it? And like I said, ooh, he did a lot of damage to me, but then I automatically heal it without taking an action, or and every character has that ability. Eventually they'll be 100%, so, you know, ooh, you hit my entire party with a big area attack. They all healed. Okay, we're done. Back to killing you. And yeah, apparently I got the pick up everything, so I was just kind of button mashing here. See how many hits I get up to. And yeah, at this point it's dead, and I'm just doing overkill damage, which I'm not rewarded for. It's just I've seen when the bar looked like it was almost gone, or totally gone even, and it was actually still alive. There is a little pink dot next to the word HP before the pink HP bar. When that is gone, the monster is dead, and you can stop attacking. I got a new skill for IF there, which I'm gonna bother using. Because, you know what? She seems to be set up okay. But, oh, what's this? After fighting that boss, here's another boss. But first, here's their introduction. What fun!
Who's there? What's with that melodramatic?
Sorry about the cough, by the way. What can you do?
Don't mock my snickering.
I should also apologize
You've not changed a bit.
for the air conditioners blaring in here. I'm sure that's kind of annoying.
For me to desire your demise. Brace yourself.
But anyway, yeah, here's some vampire lady, I guess. She has what would be a really slutty outfit in any other game, but in this, it is one of the more classy, dignified ones I've seen. I mean, at least it's laced up. At least there's a skirt.
Not bad.
Oh, actually, her legs are fully covered. That's amazing. You'd think you'd have that little, oh, what's the creepy term for the small area of thigh between the stockings and the skirt thing that Japan is all about these days? I'm kind of glad I don't know that off the top of my head.
That's it.
Sad that I'm aware the term exists to be known. A little bit sadder that I'm sure someone's going to point it out to you when they hear this. But yeah, boss fights, you know, they're not really any different from regular fights. Just mash attacks, do 1,000 damage at level 1. Before the next character do the same thing. When you're done attacking, I keep forgetting to do it with IF there, but you know, back out and block at the last second. Totally screw them over that way. And yeah, I'm really not sure what affects guard break damage versus HP damage. It might be the combos hurt that more too, which is another reason to just stick with the low AP attacks. Which means there's that much less strategy to worry about if that's the case. Just again, mash tiny attacks. Yeah, I think actually it might be it right there. Looking at the bar carefully while you're watching the fight. Then again, she doesn't hit that much harder than the slimes. Doesn't really matter if she does, because unless you can take it down from like 60% of HP to dead, I will heal as soon as you hit me. I think I already have it up to like 90% too at this point. Or I do by the end of the video anyway. And then I'll eventually hit 100, and then it's just, you know, auto potion all the time. As needed. If I need something besides auto potion, I can just pause it and bring it up. And, and, oh, you're hitting me for like 300, 200, 52. The numbers in this game actually start out ridiculously huge for reasons that I don't understand. That's true for most RPGs. One of the things I really liked when I first played Paper Mario, actually, was just how minimalistic it was with the numbers. And it put in a lot of strategy, so that, you know, if you can get, like, one more damage, that's a huge deal. These things have, like, maybe 5 HP. Like 20 if it's a boss, towards the end of the game. But yeah, here we just have huge, huge numbers. And I think that has to be like the token contribution from Nippon Ichi to the whole project. Of just like, ooh, let's have some huge numbers in there and up the level cap somehow. Ooh, let's make it pay for it even better. Because yeah, they like their numbers. Of course, I still say, like I said in the first video, and I had to clarify because somebody misunderstood. I did not say Disgaea was crap. I said that Nippon Ichi made Disgaea and also a bunch of crap. That is their one game that gets a pass from me, well, series that gets a pass from me, really. Because Disgaea is interesting because it does eventually have these, like, stupidly huge numbers. But you start out at level 1, and you're doing reasonable damage, and you'll go up, like, maybe 1 level per fight on these big fights. And then eventually, due to the weirdness of the game, it hits a point where it starts to snowball, and you're going 50 levels at a time instead of 1. Which is all based on the fact that, like, everything is multiplied by your level for the stats, and, you know, when you're at, like, multiply your attack power by 1,000, multiply attack power by 1,000 to 1, that's so little a difference it doesn't matter, and then they just start up levels accordingly. So there's some logic to it there. Here, we're just starting out with, you know, 2,000 HP slimes, 1,000 damage attacks. I don't get it. And you can't really see these numbers while you're playing, too, because they flash up so quickly, and you're concentrating on the right side of the screen, looking for that AP number and trying to figure out what it's down to, while the damage is all popping from the left in the corner there. And it's being totaled up, too, so you're trying to figure out, like, the attack damage per hit, like, say, cycling through the elemental bullets for the ranged attacks to figure out what their weakness is. It's really not much help to you. Unless you happen to be recording it to toss up on YouTube later on and get to study the record later on while you're recording commentary, you're not going to notice this stuff. What are we doing here? Messing with combos some more because I got new skills, I think. You do. And I noticed too that I have a couple abilities that trigger the whole magical girl transformation thing. There's the one I started with just the basic attack, and then there's a variation on the bigger damage attack. And yeah, at this point, okay, 70 points out of 90 spent. I'm only level 4, and I can almost max that out to always get used. One more level, I'm going to be there.